大家好，欢迎收听唱歌学中文。Hi everyone, welcome to Sing and Learn Chinese. Today we're going over the folk song Mo Li Hua, which means Jasmine Flower. This is a pretty well-known folk song. It's been used, I think variations of the lyrics and the melody have been used in lots of different situations. Even in Europe, I think it has been used in operas, in hymns, and other places. It's gone all over the Chinese-speaking world and beyond, so you may have heard the song before, but if not, this is a very well-known one that you will want to learn. In this lesson, we're going to go over two versions of it. The first one is the one that I'm most familiar with, and then the second one is supposedly the original Jiangsu version of it. So let's see. First line, 好一朵美丽的茉莉花. So 好一朵, 一朵 means one. 朵 is the measure word or the counter word for flowers. So like in Chinese, we've got counter words for everything. In English, you only have counter words for things like a pair of scissors, a pair of pants, a flock of geese, a something of something. But in Chinese, you've got that a something of something for pretty much everything. Like in this case, flowers, you would use 一朵花. And then, so 一朵 is one when it comes to flowers, and then 美丽 is beautiful. 美丽的茉莉花, 茉莉花 is the jasmine flower, which is the name of the song. And then the 好 in this case kind of means like such a beautiful jasmine flower, or so beautiful is this jasmine flower, something along those lines. Alright, next one. And then you repeat the first line twice and you go to 芬芳美丽满枝桠又香又白人人夸. So 芬芳美丽, so it's fragrant. 芬芳 fragrant. 美丽 we said is beautiful. 满 is full, and then 枝桠 is branches. It's fragrant, it's beautiful, it's got lots of branches. 又香又白. So 又 means it is both something and something, and then 香 means fragrant. Another way of saying fragrant, like smells good. And then 白 is white, because the jasmine flower is white. So it's both fragrant and white. 人人夸. 人人, the doubling up of 人 here. 人 means people, person, so more than one 人 is people, right? People all praise it. 夸 means praise. So it's fragrant, it's white, and people praise it. That's the description of the jasmine flower. Then we have the next line, 茉莉花呀. So basically, 茉莉花, jasmine flower, and then ya is like it's not really a word, it's an emotional exclamation, kind of like when somebody says "Oh Canada," the O is a expression of emotion. It doesn't really have a particular dictionary definition, let's say, but anyway, something like that. And then 让我来将你摘下送给别人家. So 让我, let me, 来 means come, 将你 and then take you, 摘下 is to pluck, or yeah, basically to pluck, to take away the flower. 送给别人家, 送 is to give, 给 送 is to give a gift, and then 给 is to give, and then 别人家 means someone else, other people. 别人 literally means another person or other people or other person, and then 家 can mean home, house, or family. So 别人家 is somebody else's family, so another group of people basically. Although sometimes 人家 can be used for individuals. It's a little tricky to describe how 家 is used in Chinese, so just keep an eye out for the context. Okay, next we have version 2. So version 1 is pretty short. Like I said, this is a folk song. It's not complicated. It's very simple. So again, we have 好一朵茉莉花, which is what a jasmine flower. Such a jasmine flower, something like that. And then we have next 满园花开香也香不过它. So 满园, 满 is full again, or the whole, in this case the whole, and then 园 is short for like 花园, flower garden, so 园 is garden. 花开 is flowers bloom. 香 again means fragrant, smells good, right? Like perfume, flowers smell good, that's part of their function. 香不过它 means they cannot be more fragrant than her. And so even if they're fragrant, 香 也香不过它. Even if they're fragrant, they cannot be more fragrant than her. So they're comparing all of the other flowers to the jasmine flower and saying that the jasmine flower is superior in fragrance. Notice that the something 也 something 不过它 is a grammatical structure. So 香也香不过它 means can't be more fragrant than her, and just keep that in your mind because we're going to see this grammar structure again in the rest of this song. So next line we have 我有心采一朵戴. 我有心, 我 is me or I. 有心 is I have the desire to, I have the wish to. 心 is like heart, like your metaphorical heart. That's the seat of your desires, right? 采 again is to pick or pluck. 一朵 is one, and referring to flowers specifically. So when you see 一朵, you know it's one, some type of flower. And in this case, it's jasmine, right? And then 戴 is to wear. So I have the desire to pick one so that I can wear it, is what that line is saying. And then moving on. 又怕看花的人而骂. So yet or but. 怕 is afraid. 看花的人 is people who watch the flowers, or people who see the flowers, people who view the flowers. 看 is to see, 花 is flower, and then 人 is person or people. So the people who watch flowers, the people who view flowers. I'm not sure entirely if it's like the gardener, the one who watches over the flowers, or like people who appreciate the flowers, like an audience. And then the over there is also, it doesn't really have a meaning exactly in this context. It kind of is more of a sound or dialect thing. There are some places where they speak Chinese, they add to a lot of nouns. So 花儿 or hai, well, do they say higher? Higher? Maybe, I'm not sure. But obviously that's not my particular accent, so. But you will notice there are certain places, I think in the Dongbei region, so like closer to Beijing, people use a lot more of this Huaying is what it's called. They use a lot of in their Chinese. So the ma is to yell at, to scold. And yeah, so if your mom yells at you, then you would say 我的妈妈, my mother, 骂我, yelled at me. Okay, so 茉莉花开雪. 茉莉花开雪也白不过它, sorry. So 茉莉花 is jasmine, 开 is to open. So when the jasmine flower opens, when it blooms, 雪 is the snow, 也白不过它. So they're saying even the snow is not as white as her. So remember I told you to keep an eye on that grammar structure because it's going to come back. Here it is again. So 雪也白不过它. So the snow also cannot be whiter than her. Because snow is white, the jasmine flower is white as well. So they're making this kind of artistic comparison here. So something 也 also, something 不过它 is something also cannot compare to her. And in this case, it's the snow, and what they're comparing is the whiteness of the snow versus the whiteness of the flower. Okay, next line is 我有心采一朵戴. So we've seen this before. It's I have the desire to pick one and wear it. 又怕旁人笑话. So yet, 怕 afraid, 旁人旁边的人, somebody who's next to me. Or yeah, so 旁 means next to, it's short for 旁边, and then 人 is person or people. So afraid that the people next to me, 笑话 is laugh, that they'll laugh at me, or they'll laugh at the situation. Okay, and then we've got 满园花开比也比不过它. So again, we've got this something 也 something 不过它, this grammar structure. So 满园 is the whole garden, 花开, all of the flowers bloom. 比 in this case means to compete or compare, so they cannot compare to her. So even if all the flowers in the flower garden bloom, they cannot compare to the jasmine. Then we have 我有心采一朵戴. So we've seen this already. I want to pick one and wear it. 又怕来年不发芽. So but afraid that 来年 is the coming year. 年 is year, 来 is to come, so in the coming year, 不发芽. 发芽 is to sprout, and then 不 means not, so afraid that in the coming year it will not sprout. So if you pick it now, it's not going to grow roots and sprout next year, right? So better not pick the flowers, let them grow so you can appreciate them from a distance. And that, my friends, is 茉莉花. So since this is a folk song, there's not exactly one copyrighted version of it. So I was thinking I'll just play a little bit of the first version for you guys so you can kind of hear what the melody sounds like. The second one might use a slightly different melody. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but this is 茉莉花 first version, the first lyrics. So. So that is one version of the Mo Li Hua folk song. I'm sure you can find lots of other renditions, slightly different melodies, slightly different verses here and there. This is, like I said, it's an old and famous folk song, so a lot of people have their own versions of it, but hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned something useful. And if you have any suggestions that you'd like to see covered, any Chinese songs that you want lyric breakdowns for, feel free to email me. And until we sing again, 再见.